Uh, my name is Guang Han. I came from University of Pittsburgh, and I will present the Iris-IPS. This is our system, which is an interactive people search system. The Iris is our lab. The name of our lab is going to be Information Retrieval and Information Synthesis Lab. Actually, this is the first time I present in so many audience in an academic conference, so I kind of a bit nervous, but I guess I can do a good job. So, yeah. So before I show our demo system, I would like to say something about the motivation. Actually, recommendation of people search is not a new topic. Like in 1990s, there is some researchers try to assign reviewers for some conference manuscript, which is from Domise and Nielsen. And then there is also some papers in collaborator finding. And later, as far as I know, in track text retrieval conference, I guess it's in 2004, they announced an expert search task, which basically for each participant, you are required to build an algorithm in a standard data set and ranking the expert notes document. And there is also another research in recommendation system of like maybe social search. They realize that social connections are very important in recommending, especially for some kind of like personalized information recommendation, personalized information retrieval. So, but by summarizing the previous work, we can kind of find some limitations. First of all, I conclude that it misses a general framework because there is many different tasks. For example, the reviewer recommendation, collaborator recommendation, PC committee recommendation, maybe job candidate ranking. Some system cannot be used in other tasks. For example, the collaborator recommendation, which I think the social network is very important. For example, I would definitely want to collaborate with some people who is a friend of my friend. So this kind of information is important here. But for the reviewer recommendation, which basically saying that if I have a paper, a journal editor may want to find a reviewer for me. The editor definitely don't want to give some people like has already collaborated with me because it's going to be some conflict of interest. So in this case, the social network, social connections might be some negative evidence. I also argue that the previous work failed to model search intentions because like they cannot distinguish different users. Like different users and different queries may have different search intentions. So our approach here is that we build an interactive system that users can tune in the parameters and you can go negative authority, positive authority, negative social similarity, positive social similarity. So now I'll see my demo system. Here is the index page of our system. I will show how it works in some related tasks. First of all, let's just copy the topic interest of the whole stuff, but I guess it's okay. And then you click search. It will give you 3 different dimensions of data. First of all, there is expertise, which is basically content matching. I use the standard information retrieval, the language model stuff, which is a state of art in information retrieval and like expert searching from information retrieval side. And the expertise is basically the content matching, which different from Google, where you where you type a query, the Google will return documents. But for ranking entities, we also think about how to build the association between authors and documents. So in this case, for each author, we can get a score, and then we rank the authors based on that score. And in our task, like we want to find the PC committee members, which I guess the authority is also important. Here, I will explain a little bit about authority. But if you think that you want to find people who has a high expertise and also high authority in this field. You can like tune in the parameters, and then it will return the results. The first one is actually Peter, is one of my advisor in University of Pittsburgh. And the authority here I calculate from using a standard PageRank algorithm, where I treat author as a web page, and the link between authors, actually, because I co-publish a paper, like the connections are bidirectional, which is different from PageRank. So I just calculate them twice. If A and B are co-authors, I count A to B and B to A as two connections to running the PageRank algorithm. Like in one of our tasks is in the patent search task, we also want to find some junior researchers. Here, actually, I mean, like if you tune in high value for the authority, it's going to be like a very senior researcher because they have many different co-authors. But sometimes you may want to find some junior researchers, which in this case, the authority might be a negative stuff here. So you can see in the results the authority rank values. This is the representation of our of each entity. So we're going to we show 3 different dimensions and just to visualize them using our bar, with dim colors. And okay, I will go to this side and I just mark. Like here, we give you a lot of candidates. You can say that, okay, I guess this could be in a committee, this could be in a committee, or I don't know this one, just this could be a committee. And if you mark these people or you remove them means you don't want to consider them into your following research, in your following search. Here mark means that you want these people to on the board, like on the board of the PC committees. And then later you can use these people on the board for the further social similarity dimensions. For example, the 4 people on the board are the PC chairs. They want to find some involve more PC program committee members. Maybe they kind of think that they want them to have like a social similarity with them, because it's going to be because you need to send invitations, or maybe you need assign some papers for them. So in this case, the social similarities is I think it's beneficial in this case. So we can see some, but I don't really know. This here is Barry Smith, and there is other people. This is one Peter's students. We can just remove these people. And then unmark means that maybe you click something wrong, just put them on the board, and you can unmark them. Here, like I search Peter, it will give you some very high connected with Peter. The first one is one of Peter's students. And Barry Smith is a researcher in, I guess, in University College Dublin, somewhere. It's one of his collaborators. And in some cases, like if you want to find a reviewer for Peter, for example, Peter wrote a paper about human-computer interaction. You want to find a reviewer for this manuscript, for this paper. And in this case, I guess a social similarity might be a negative thing, because you don't want to involve people who know Peter very well, and then it will be biased because they're going to be discuss some research, or maybe they have some very have connections. In this case, you can just say that I want to high expertise, high authority, but the negative social similarity stuff, it will give you some results which has less social connection similarity. You can hear it's an empty bar here. And sometimes maybe like for a keynote speaker, you may also want to involve some high expertise, high authority people, but you want to maybe involve those people who is not very well connected with the whole communities, which may help the whole community to bring some fresh ideas, like new perspectives of viewing the conference. So I also show something here is that you can view publications, which is basically the provide is basically a title of the paper, and if you click, you will go. Oh, I cannot connect the internet, but you will go to the Google page, which I didn't consider. I didn't use a Mendeley API to crawl the data, so I just here is the authority rank, which is basically the author, the page rank of each author. So I just list like around 500 people here, which may be useful for. And we can also, okay, let's see, high social similarity, which will help us to show the social networks. Here's one of our visualization. I don't see too much about the benefit here, but just to show how to, like, maybe you can, because it's almost every link. There is like almost everyone can connect with each other. I just showing some people here, like 500, people on the board and people I selected, and then they are co-authors. This is the relationship among them. Oh, I want to mention that there are two different types of dataset: the publication dataset and the profile dataset. And the profile dataset contains the profile descriptions for each candidate and publication. Actually, this is all based on the publication dataset. We did the same thing for the profile dataset, but the connection is different. Publication dataset, the connection is from co-author network, but in the profile dataset, they have a contact network, which basically means immediately you can follow others. So I also use a PageRank and to run the authority values for the contact people. When I try to match in the publication to profiles, I got too much noise, so I just laid them into two different separate datasets. You can choose which dataset, and you can just select which dataset you want, or maybe like later, I guess I will try to integrate two different datasets, and maybe there is a good rank for all of those people. So I don't know whether I still have time. Okay. Oh yeah, there is something here. Because yesterday I didn't to show the queries here. I forgot to show the queries here, but basically my query is just from the text you copy paste and do some bag of word representation of this when I search. All of these keywords are considered in our ranking. So there is another task for the job search, for the job candidate search, which is kind of different. I will explain a little bit about that. And here is a job description, which is from the post in LinkedIn. This is a job description, so I just put it into my search box, and then because company is IBM, I put IBM here, and then if you click search, we will turn the IBM into a list. This is a list which I think they have some high connection, because in the profile dataset for each candidate, we have a profile description. And in their profile description, they could mention that I'm an IBM researcher, have been an internship in IBM, and also maybe I receive IBM grant, some stuff. So these people on the board those people have high connection with IBM. This is used for the dimension of social similarity, which basically means that if people already have like high connection with IBM, for example, they are also employed by IBM, they cannot be in a candidate list because they have already got a job. And the authority will also important, like if you have no authority, which means that you want to find some people, because students always have like those. It is not exactly the case, but for many students, they are not very, don't have too many co-authors, so the authority will be small, so will be very low. And here, if you think these people, this is not correct because they just receive IBM grants, which is not saying that they are in the IBM as already employed by IBM. So I just removed them, and maybe which I did the same thing. But in this case, I just tried to turn the entity like organizations to people so that we can use this general framework to tuning parameters, as I said, in the HCIR PC committee recommendation. So I guess that's it, but there is still some challenges. In the recommendation system, we have several evaluation metrics such as diversity, novelty, and some serendipity. I don't know how to spell that, but it's going to be novelty stuff. And also the integration method is important. Currently, we have 3 dimensions, but we only use a linear combination, combination of those different evidences. So we can use some more fancy model maybe to make them like 3-dimension data in a general that can comparable with each other, so we can combine them well. So also, there is a privacy and reputation trust, some kind of stuff, which also important in recommendation system. So I guess I'm done. I welcome the advices and suggestions, my questions, but not too tough.